Haitian people.
I want to say to the Haitian community, you are not alone. You can see that.
In Brooklyn, Bobby Kuza, New York 1.
Meeting of government, business, and relief agency officials discussing Haiti at Brooklyn Borough Hall. Them having a business near the pile of rubble that was the presidential palace. Eugene says he and his staff have been taking hundreds of calls a day from others worried about their relatives. Meanwhile, some concrete outcomes and fledgling ideas to help Haitians ravaged by the quake emerged. The city has now launched a payroll deduction program for the 300,000 municipal employees who want to donate straight from their paychecks.
If every municipal employee gave just $1 in the next 4 pay periods, we would raise $1.2 million.
It was on a stone memorial, and the stone had soaked up all the heat, and it just, boy, it was hot. I did not know that. It's nice to meet some of your relatives. And this program hopefully will not only do some good, maybe it will put back on everybody's radar screen that there still is a country, neighbors of ours, a country where we have lots of people from there living here, working in our hospitals and whatever, and they need help, and we shouldn't walk away from them.
It was painful to see that people in the street were trying to break concrete with their hand or with a piece of rock. Because they are
just blocks from the station, Brooklyn City Councilman Matthew Eugene, a Haitian American and medical doctor, has brought together a group of people to help plan a response to whatever level of disaster hits Haiti. He says Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, along with city leaders, have pledged support for the home country of about 250,000 New Yorkers.
The mayor of New York, the city, the speaker of the city council, we are ready. We are putting our effort together to have Haiti.
Though the help with this latest disaster will no doubt be appreciated.
Dr. Matthew Eugene, non Haiti, non appendix en Haïti, et encore welcome to Haiti. Et parlez-nous un peu de voyage, bon, et qui ça qui fait jeudi, hein, quand tu es là et puis ça côté nous parler là, et qui agenda beaucoup de voyage ça.
Bon, d'abord qu'il me dit, d'abord voyage là, c'est un voyage qui était très plaisant, très agréable. Nous faisons un très bon voyage, et bien par la grâce de Dieu. Et nous vivons très bien à Port-au-Prince. Et accueil la douce sur accueil qui est extraordinaire.
Docteur Mathieu,
yes.
On est dans l'hôpital général. Est-ce que vous pouvez nous dire exactement ce qu'on fait là? Bon, on vient accosté avec l'ambassade américaine, il y a plus de sécurité. Pour qui ça vient de dire là?
Bon, c'est-à-dire nous parlons avec le ministre de la Santé, hein, nous sommes le ministère de la Santé. Comme nous connaissons, nous avons pile projet pour Haïti. Il y a un plus gros projet, c'est le projet dans le domaine de santé. Et que le premier bail pour nous le faire, nous allons rencontrer avec le ministre de la Santé pour nous faire un dialogue avec elle, pour nous qui besoin, qui nécessité, qui est dans le domaine de santé, et pour nous voir comment nous pouvons collaborer avec le ministre de la Santé pour nous apporter concours dans la question de santé.
Haïtien, il y a la base. Dans le chef-lieu de la commune, vous avez un hôpital communautaire de référence avec une quarantaine de lits et qui rayonne sur les sections communales.
Alors il y a des médecins aussi, ouais.
Oui, il y a des médecins, oui, et qui rayonnent sur les sections communales. Et chaque section communale, en principe, doit avoir un centre de santé. Okay. Un centre de santé, dépendant de la grandeur et de la population, un ou deux centres de santé. Et à ces centres de santé doivent y avoir des agents de santé. Et ça nous manque. Agents de santé, officiers sanitaires, Ce sont des gens qui interviennent aussi bien dans le contrôle des aliments.
Haïti, aux choses d'Haïti, comme vous l'avez dit. Et c'est la raison pour laquelle je viens vous citer, c'est la raison pour laquelle je suis venu en Haïti. Comme un conseiller membre du gouvernement américain, je trouve que c'est mon obligation morale, c'est une obligation pour moi de faire tout ce que je peux faire à partir de ma position dans le gouvernement américain pour aider mon pays, le pays qui m'a vu naître, le pays là où je suis. C'est structure provisoire, bureau ministre. Alors c'est dans le noté là, dans le là.
On va faire travail de plaidoyer ça que nous problèmes. Et nous remercions d'ores et déjà. Et ma barou, mon agenda Haïti.
Merci.
Pour qu'à toujours songer Haïti.
Merci beaucoup. Merci. En tout cas, ministre Bobé m'a recevoir agenda ça. Non seulement dans nos pas, mais dans toute notre frère Maxwell qui est dans la diaspora. Il va pouvoir l'utiliser. Et il me promet que l'homme donné, il va pouvoir commencer à plaidoyer ça.
Donc, ouais, par exemple, côté nous là, n'a pas marché puis devant, eh bien, il y a tous des gars là, tous des bruits là, toujours. Nous, ça, il pas encore comme si on pas retirer dans mes jours. Eh bien, ça, c'est un bagage qui est terrible. Les avons regardé, par exemple, ça qui vient dans Port-au-Prince là, nous tous connaissons et fait bagage dans Port-au-Prince là. Nous, jusqu'à présent, toujours, eh bien, et quelques mois, nous connaissons combien de mois qui fait depuis en janvier, eh bien, bagage ça là toujours. Eh bien, nous avons nécessité nous-mêmes dans la diaspora pour nous camper ensemble, pour nous voir qui ça nous a fait. Et bien, par contre, si nous avons fait un marché, un petit peu plus loin, pour aller exactement. What I want to say that right now we are in watching one of the buildings, that collapsed during the earthquake. This is devastating. This is horrible. Just imagine the people who are living there. My reason to be here now in Port-au-Prince is to see firsthand the need of the country, the need of the people who are living in Haiti right now, and to see what can I do to help. What myself, as a Haitian American, as a member of the American government, what can I do to help? And also, what can I, myself and my Haitian brothers and sisters, and also our friend from the American government, what can we do? What can we put together? Because as you may know, and as you can see, the country is in dire need, and the people of Haiti, they need help. I'm asking to all of you, those who are watching, to join forces with me and to see how we can help this country, Haiti, the country where I was born, and how we can help the Haitian people. They are resilient people, they are brave people, they are working hard. If you can see, they continue to survive. They do what they used to do before the earthquake. Et from Maximio, nous cap garder, nous cap ouais par exemple, eh bien, des bouillots là, nous cap ouais comme si Kaisa ou qui crasé là. Et c'est raison ça qui fait venir en Haïti, dans Port-au-Prince, pour nous comment nous cap mettre nous-mêmes tête ensemble dans la diaspora, pour nous cap aider Haïti, pour nous cap aider Mounio. Là nous regarder par exemple, Mounio, ils continuent à vivre avec espoir. Mounio c'est un monde qui est brave, c'est un monde qui est très résilient. Ils veulent vivre, même quand nous avons morale, une responsabilité morale pour nous travailler ensemble, pour nous comme nous cap aider. And look at this neighborhood, in all the neighborhood, all the houses, the buildings have been damaged, destroyed. Look at over there. And I'm going to try to see if I can go inside some of them. But you can see, mais c'est obligation morale nous toutes. Moi-même, nous tous qui vivons à l'étranger, pour nous vivre ensemble, pour nous comment nous pouvons aider frères nationaux qui vivent là, comment nous pouvons aider pays là. Et nous pouvons regarder par exemple, mes caméras font retourner encore. Nous pouvons regarder frères Maximio, regarder côté nous là par exemple, nous venons sous débris ça yo, côté nous morceau béton, nous fer qui fait partie de colonne béton Kaisa, et nous pouvons regarder tout, et bien conditions Kaisa qui crasé là. Et évidemment, puis le monde mourir dans Kaisa, son bagage qui dévasté. Eh bien, ladies and gentlemen, ici, je ne sais pas qui ça s'est taillé, mais moi, par exemple, j'ai un porte en béton là. Peut-être c'était une banque quelconque. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see, I want to touch you, to touch the reality. I want to see for myself firsthand. Look at that. Look at the condition of this house. Eh bien, this house has been destroyed. And we can imagine how many people perish, And that's what I wanted to say, that There so many people perished, lost their life in this the disaster during the earthquake. And you know, I want to ask you to join me, whoever you could be, you know, people of goodwill, and I want to join me in my quest to get assistance for Haiti, and my quest to gather, you know, assistance to Haiti and to help this country that I know that all of you love, because Haitian people, they belong to the fabric of the United States. The contribution of Haitian people, you know, is remarkable. And I know that many of you have good heart. You have been donating, you know, for the relief of Haiti. You have been donating, you know, money. You have been donating your time, your expertise. And I want to get back to you. Il faut Maxime yo, nous ouais ba ça yo par exemple moi-même là m'a touché réalité à même côté regarder dévastation crivé regarder caille ça crasé là m'a touché lui-même nous cap ouais comme si grand pile monde qui peut vivre là et ça me même qu'on a pile dans nous nous t'aider en pile dans nous te bal donation nous te bal temps nous te bal expertise nous pour nous aider et bien on va continuer faire ça toujours parce que pays ça là pour prendre en pile temps et bien pour pays ça retourner sous pied il pour prendre pile temps pour pays ça récupérer et il pour prendre tout en pile l'argent en pile assistance c'est ça m'a demandé nous on va retourner on va frapper pour nous tous mettre ensemble pour nous aider pays ça. What I want to say, you know, I'm very grateful to everyone in the United States, and I'm very grateful also to the international community. I know that people have been donating with their heart. People of goodwill, they have been very, very supportive to the relief effort in Haiti. Now we got to work together also to rebuild Haiti, because it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of resources. It's going to take a big coalition. And I'm going to call you, please, and I'm asking you on behalf of Haitians, I'm making an appeal to all of you to join me, to work together to see how we can help this country, Haiti, and how we can help also the people of Haiti. And I know that you are good people, you are generous people, and I know you are doing God will, God work. And I know that together we will make a difference in the life of those people who are living in Haiti, and we will make a difference in the life of the children in Haiti. And I, in advance, on my behalf and on behalf of all my Haitian brothers and sisters, I want to thank you.
Combien
de monde était ou même qui tantôt ça c'est tantôt ça OK. Combien de monde qui vivent dans Kodo here?
Nous 7 qui vivent là.
You know, she's saying that, you know, 7 people are living under the tent where she is. Ou gen ti moun?
Non, m'a gen petit.
OK, ou même avec qui est-ce moun avec parents? OK. En tout cas, merci. Et puis comme dit, on l'aime tourner New York, on va parler, nous allons faire un mouvement pour nous voir qui ça nous a fait, attendez? OK, come on, Give me five. All right. Could you believe that those little kids, they are really resilient people? Look at the condition they are living in. And I asked them how they are doing. They say they are doing fine, they are doing good. Look at those young guys. Come on, really. What's your name? Come on, really.
Isidore Jacob Philly.
Wow, his name is Isidore Jacob. Come on, really. Eh? Nah, Jacques. Look at the condition. Those young boys, they have the right to have a decent life. They have the right to have the basic, you know, needs fulfilled. You know, I come to Haiti to see firsthand. And, you know, I remember when I was also young like them, when I was a kid in Haiti, I was in Haiti too. Any one of us, Haitian people, whether we are American citizens, whether we are Canadian citizens or French citizens, we could have been in this position also. We have the moral obligation to do everything that we could to help those young people. Timon Sayo, c'est ti haïtien oui. M'songe l'emte piti en Haïti, m'te même route avec eux, m'te là tout en Haïti. Cela veut dire n'importe nous, que nous Canadiens, que nous Américains, quelle que soit position nous mettons docteurs, nous mettons ingénieurs, nous mettons avocats, nous mettons dans la politique américaine au Canada, nous sommes en position Timon Sayo. C'est devoir moral nous pour nous tout mettre ensemble pour nous capable comment nous capable aider Timon Sayo. Timon Sayo c'est ti innocent. Bon la main encore, comment nous est? Alright, nous. OK, bon la main. Non, l'autre là. Alright, Kebela. All right. All right. Kevila. Okay. Kevila. Okay. Bye bye. Okay. Condition. Okay, look at this young girl. Come over there. Stay there. Okay, all right. Now you can see that we are in the exactly in what we call in Haiti Champ de Mars. Champ de Mars used to be a beautiful place in Port-au-Prince. Now look at that, we have tents where people are living, and I don't have to tell you, you can see the condition the people are living under the tent. We see some kids, they are trying to wash themselves, to have a shower. So we are going we are going to move in, we are going to walk in to try to get some word from them. And eh bien, pour Frère Maxime le Cap Gadi là, jusqu'à présent, eh bien, nous n'entendons là. Hello, bonsoir. Comment nous est? Nous avons fait parler avec nous? Eh bien, moi-même ça ici bientôt, okay? So now we are going to talk. Look at that. Now we have a tent. You can see inside this tent. We have. Non, je ne parle pas là. Je vais vous parler en créole parce que je suis aussi haïtien. Nous avons un tent ça, par exemple. C'est eh bien des gens qui vivent là-dedans. We have people who are living in the tent. And then we have bed over here. Look at the condition the people are living. So this is another way that to tell you that the people that need help. Comment nous y est? Moi-même c'est frère nous y est, c'est haïtien mieux. Moi-même je vis dans New York et bien dans le gouvernement américain. Je viens là pour moi comment cette situation est. Ok, d'accord. Et mademoiselle, comment y est? Ok, vous pouvez parler avec nous? Very good. Mais nous combien qui entendent ça là?
Nous 8.
Nous 8 combattants là?
Oui.
C'est-à-dire 8 Simon à grand monde?
Oui.
Ok. Cela veut dire nous 8 à vivre là?
Oui.
Ou même avec les frères et sœurs?
Oui.
Eh bien, je ne sais pas si Caméra Capon un petit peu en entente là. Eh bien, faut-il paraître pour nous voir en entente là? Look at that, there, 8 people are living under this tent. Look at the condition and look at also the size of this tent. That's where they eat, that's where they sleep, that's where they do everything. This is another proof that to tell you that the Haitian people, they need help. I don't think they can continue to live under this condition. We know that a lot of effort has been done to help them, but we got to work harder and we have to work together to get them out of this condition. So c'est comment on les met?
Yuseline.
Yuseline. Ok, c'est depuis combien de temps vous vivez là?
Depuis 12 janvier.
Depuis 12 janvier. Et comment on sent tout? Qui sont t'avez dit vous-même?
Moi-même, j'avais dit comme ça, c'est dans la misère, la pluie tombée, de l'eau mouillée, nous, quand on penché, donc on a la timoun, toilette qui ont tombé, nous passons en pile misère, nous parfois on côte 4 pour nous manger, nous venons avec nous, nous prenons mais nous, nous battre, nous va tout fait qu'on y a même. Je te dis, tu as fait lever nous sous place là. Après 6 mois, après ça, nous étions comme ça, nous ne pas lever nous, qu'on est là.
Ok, moi, on sait de Tibaï encore, ça, oui.
L'eau qui fait ça.
Got the l'eau for that. Now we can see that the skin. If you are looking at it, she said that because of the water that she's drinking, because of the sanitary condition she's living in. Mais on sait le Timon là. Vous pouvez venir events. Okay, we're going to see the Timon petit là. They say that when it's raining, the water, the water gets into the tent. They don't have no protection. They have kids. Look at the young kid over here. Hello, come on here. Come. Vino. Come on here. They don't see moon. Okay. Come on here, Vino. Come on here. Kimsa. Moi-même ça ici bientôt, Kimsa. I'm Haitian too. Moi-même c'est un nanou, attendez? Alright? Ok, comment on est? Kimsa, ok? Je suis content, attendez? Ok, d'accord. Alright. So, ok, Kimsa, bye-bye. Alright. Thank you, bye-bye. We're going a little bit further to try to get some more words from some other people. Look at the condition. This is water. It's not raining, but look at the water on the floor. And now there's a young girl. Look at the condition of the tent. Look at over here also. All the tent, we can see that, you know, this is a tent city, what we call a tent city. Young girl, hey, come on here, come on here. Okay? This is the condition of the tent, the condition people are living in. And that's the reason me as a Haitian American in the American government, I feel that I'm blessed and fortunate. I think that, you know, I have the moral obligation to come over here to see firsthand the country where I was born, to see firsthand the condition the people are living in. I'm going to make an appeal to all of you to help me, and I'm going to make an appeal to all of you to help me, you know, help the Haitian people, my Haitian brothers and sisters. And as I say that, you know, those people, they are less fortunate than I am. They're not as blessed as I am. They're living in this condition. Eh bien, nous voyons la situation. Madame, bonjour, comment nous y est? Moi-même, c'est un nombre de Mathieu Jeune, soit ici, mieux tout. C'est un de nous, un de fouet nous. Moi-même, je vis dans New York, dans le gouvernement américain. Alors, je viens visiter nous parce que Haïti est dans le pas penser nous seuls. Nous-mêmes à l'étranger, nous pensons à nous-mêmes en pile. C'est la raison ça que je viens là, pour moi, comment, eh bien, dans la position dans le gouvernement américain, qui ça m'a fait pour m'aider. Est-ce qu'on peut faire parler avec moi? Ok, venez, on va venir. On n'a pas besoin de passer par rien. Ok, mademoiselle, comment y est? Ça sont fous, on ne parle pas là, attendez? Ok, d'accord. Parce que si bon Dieu pas de faire me voir, je me décale à tout, attendez? Oh, ouais. Comment vous allez, madame? Où est-ce venir, madame? Où est-ce venir?
Ça va.
Madame, comment vous allez?
Madame Jacques Isidore.
C'est combien de temps on va vivre là en battant ça?
Pendant l'événement passé, nous qui faisons la caille nous craser, mais l'État n'a pas fait rien pour nous. Nous, tous ces tentes là, c'est des bouillons, mais nous n'avons pas de tentes ça pour nous aider.
Ok, c'est combien, comment on fait des tentes ça?
Puis pour avoir des petites mains, j'aime venir.
Ok, combien de monde qui vivent en battant là?
Nous-mêmes, nous 7.
Nous 7, dans quel côté de tente là vivre là? C'est ça, nous 7 mon avant. Nous 7 à vivre dans 2 ça, mes amis.
Pas ta tête li, qu'on a la même. Nous, al docteur avec, il y a pas de le coucher derrière là.
You know, she said that, you know, 7 people are living under those 2 small tents that you are seeing. You see with the red top, okay, 7 people are living under the tent since January 12. And she said that her husband is sick, and the husband also is right there under the tent. Madame, qui sont dit mon corps? Maroula là, il est malade?
Oui, malade, oui.
Par contre, si nous avons et monsieur, comment il est? Moi-même, c'est nom, c'est Mathieu, attendez? C'est haïtien bientôt. C'est un frère, c'est un nanon. Nom, il est docteur Mathieu. Comment il est?
Jacques.
Ok, Jacques. Eh bien, moi-même, dans le gouvernement américain, je vis dans New York. Eh bien, je me sens son obligation morale pour venir visiter Haïti, pour moi, dans les conditions frère Maxime à vivre. Eh bien, je viens là pour moi, comment je tourner New York. Qui ça m'a fait avec mon New York pour nous aider dans la situation ça. Alors, nous pas dit nous faire tout bagage, mais là, je tourner, je vais parler avec mon New York, avec Haïtiens frères nous, avec ceux qui vivent dans New York. Puis, dans quelles conditions notre frère nous à vivre. Ce n'est pas nous-mêmes qui fait ça, ce n'est pas nous qui vivre dans les conditions, c'est les conditions de la vie. On dit, vous pouvez répéter encore?
Oui, nous n'avons pas pour nous payer, ils disent, mettez nous dehors, nous craser, pour tout ça, nous gagnons.
Okay.
Oui.
You know, she said that, you know, they are going to take them out from the tent city and they don't know where to go. You know, her house has been destroyed. She doesn't have money. She doesn't know where to go. Now, par exemple, this is the husband. He's a sick man under the tent also. I'm going to ask him to say some few words. Comment nous y papi?
Nous on a regardé la vie d'hier. On a la vie dit la vie chère. Nous étions nous sentis nous décourager avec la vie.
Madame l'a dit que vous êtes malade.
Oui, moi malade. Comme pas bon. Et me coucher là longtemps. Et on m'a gagné caille, je dis que c'est la méthode. Je dis à la méthode, on pas gagné caille, on pas côté pour aller. On m'a demandé qui ça pour faire, le gouvernement il va sortir pour faire rien pour nous. Alors c'est ça que je suis capable de dire.
OK. En tout cas, merci. Comme dit, je ne pas bon Dieu, je ne pas dire que je vais faire miracle, mais en tant que Haïtien qui connaît que Haïti c'est pour nous, nous-mêmes c'est frère Maxime, l'aime tourner, je parler avec mon New York pour moi qui ça nous a fait. Parce que comme on dit, n'importe Haïtien est dans cette situation ça. Et comme nous connaissons bon Dieu, c'est lui-même qui peut maintenant, on a continué, gagner espoir dans bon Dieu. Et nous-mêmes tout, eh bien, faut nous pas le faire, il faut pour nous comme nous aider. Attendez? En tout cas, merci beaucoup. And then, the gentleman is sick, especially he is mentally affected because, he has to see a psychiatrist because since the earthquake, mentally, he has been affected, he has been traumatized. Here we are, also, we are again under the tent, in the tent city, and you can see that we have wonderful, beautiful ladies here. They are good people. They are trying to clean the clothing, and you see, look at the condition. They have some water and some soap. They want to make sure that they are clean. This is the pride of the Haitian people. Regardless of the condition, Haitian people, like to be clean. And mes amis, et frère Maxime, comment nous y est? Moi-même c'est Mathieu. Moi-même c'est Dr Mathieu. Je vis dans New York. Et bien moi-même suis membre du gouvernement américain. OK? Je viens là c'est parce que je connais Haïti, c'est pas nier tous ces pays qu'on a fait. Nous-mêmes c'est frère Maxime nous y est. Et dans la condition que nous y est là, n'importe qui est dans la condition ça. Je viens là pour moi comment nous vivons et l'aime tourner New York, comment on peut parler avec l'autre monde qui est dans New York. Frère Maxime qui est dans New York, puis à condition que l'autre frère nous à vivre et parce qu'il y a un désastre frappé pays. Comment on peut dire ça dans cette situation ça?
Bon, depuis 12 janvier nous là, l'État pas jamais dit nous rien, la pluie. Bon, en fait, bon pas dire bon regarder côté m'a dormi, regardez pour. Regardez. Voilà.
C'est là où dormi?
C'est là où dormi, regardez donc bagage là soleil.
So she indicated that she's living inside this tent. Look at the water. Come in events. Look at the water where she's living. There's no look at that. I'm going inside the tent just to have an idea. This is where she's sleeping. Vince, try to get in. This is where she's sleeping. This is where she's sleeping. Look at the bed where she's sleeping. And they say that, the other people, all of them, they say that when it's raining, this doesn't work. You can imagine. Look at the condition. And I cannot even stand. I cannot even stand inside the tent. And also, oh my God, this is a miserable condition. And this is a miserable condition. We human beings, I think it is a moral obligation of any human being of goodwill to join me, to work together with me, to see how we can alleviate the suffering of those people who are not responsible for a natural disaster, those people who are the victim of this disaster. And I'm asking you, my brothers and sisters, those who are watching the show, those of goodwill, please join me. We have to help Haiti.
The Metropolitan College of New York is doing its part to help rebuild Haiti. The president of the Metropolitan College and Haitian-born New York City Council member Matthew Eugene announced the creation of a Haitian scholarship program today. 6 students will be awarded full scholarships for the chance to earn a master's degree in public administration and emergency and disaster management from the college. The program will cover tuition and books, and in the aftermath of the devastating quake in January, the goal is to help the country improve its readiness and ability to respond to natural disasters.
Welcome back to Inside City Hall. Exactly 1 year ago, Haiti was struck by a devastating earthquake. It killed hundreds of thousands of people. It destroyed vast swaths of buildings, and it left millions homeless. In the wake of the disaster, the world community promised billions of dollars in aid and assistance, and 12 months later, the streets are still filled with the homeless. A cholera outbreak has spread throughout the country, and the rebuilding process remains woefully incomplete. Here now to discuss the continuing difficulties in Haiti and some possibilities and some successes Our Brooklyn City Councilman, Matt, what are you hearing on the ground? What's going on in Haiti from your sources?
First and foremost, let me thank you for having us. We are celebrating about 1 year since the horrific earthquake hit Haiti. But recently I went to Haiti personally, and I saw for myself, a devastated country, children without school and senior citizens without access to medical care. And I saw also so many people, as we speak, probably it is the same situation, people living under the tent. I'm talking about children, pregnant women, sick people all together. And I saw about 8 or 9 people living under a small tent where you cannot fit a small car. The earthquakes are horrible. But I think the situation, the critical situation my Haitian brothers and sisters are living in right now is also horrible. It was
Councilmember Matthew Eugene scores a big victory on Wednesday, February 29, 2012. But it's not over. The Haitian Family Reunification Parole Program, Resolution 1096, overwhelmingly passes in the New York City Council. Before the vote took place, Councilmember Eugene urged his colleagues to vote in favor of the resolution, and afterward, he thanked them for doing the right thing. Councilmember Eugene thanked also all elected officials, religious and community leaders, and all participating organizations for their support. The battle is not over. You must continue to sign the petition online or the hard copy. Thank you.
The January 12, 2010 earthquake in Haiti caused devastating damage to the country's capital and many of the surrounding areas, leaving in its wake tragedy and despair. Although it has been 2 years since the disaster, Haiti is still recovering very slowly. Many Haitians living in the United States are permanent residents or citizens and have submitted visa petitions for family members still living in Haiti. The second resolution the Council will consider today calls on the Department of Homeland Security to establish a Haitian Family Reunification Parole Program that would allow Haitian beneficiaries of approved family-based immigration petitions to wait in the United States, living in the United States, are permanent residents or citizens, and have submitted visa petitions for family members still living in Haiti. At the time of the earthquake, there were more than 54,000 Haitians with approved petitions to immigrate to the United States waiting for visas to become available. If DHS were to establish the Haitian Family Reunification Program, Haitians with approved petitions for visas would be permitted to live in this country with their families while they wait for their visas. This program would expedite family reunification through safe, legal, and orderly channels. And I want to thank Councilmember Dr. Matthew Eugene for all of his work since the earthquake and all of his leadership since the earthquake, and particularly for sponsoring this resolution.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Let me also thank you for your leadership. We all know, and the speaker just mentioned, you all know about the horrific earthquake that struck Haiti in January 2010. And as we speak, the situation in Haiti is still critical. And the construction and the building of Haiti has been very, very, very slow. But we are asking for the federal government, for the Homeland Security, to establish the family reunification program. The same thing that they did for the Cuban. We are not asking to change the law. Those people, they are qualified, they are just waiting to come. And some of them, they have paid already the fee for the visa. And let me tell you, many people went to my office saying that the family members died while they are away. And the children, if they were qualified when they were 18 or 19 years old, when they get to 21, they become disqualified. Because they have been waiting too long. They have been waiting for 5, 10, 15 years. But we are asking for the Homeland Security to grant them the opportunity to come to the United States to wait for the visa. And that will improve the quality of life. And that will also help the parents who are living in the United States of America, but they won't have the burden to send money back home. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Eugene. And finally, the council will vote to call
number A. All looking to speak on 1096-A, raise your hand at this moment. Councilmember Eugene.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, let me take Speaker Flynn for her leadership, recognizing the importance of this issue and also the impact that this legislation will have on many Haitian families living in New York City. And I want to take the opportunity also to thank my colleague and Chairman Trump, for his leadership also, and all my colleagues from the Immigration Committee and all my colleagues from the City Council for your support. We all know that on January 12, 2010, Haiti was struck by a horrific earthquake, and the devastation was of epic proportion. We have more than 2 years after the horrific tragedy. The situation in Haiti is still critical. The life of people in Haiti is still difficult. As we speak, there are people who are still in tent in need of basic necessities. But I'm talking those people, the Haitian people, they are suffering. But I'm talking about people who have applied way before the tragedy. They applied for the visa to come to the United States, and their visa application have been approved by the immigration services. They are waiting to be approved to come to the United States. What we are asking that the Homeland Security allow them to come to the United States to wait for the visa as they did it for the Cubans. And I'm urging my colleague to vote yes on this resolution. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Councilman. Vote on Resolution 1096-A, resolution calling upon the Department of Homeland Security to create a Haitian Family Reunification Parole Program, which would benefit Haitians recovering from the January 12, 2010 earthquake by allowing Haitians with approved family-sponsored immigrant visa petitions to come to the United States. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. Any abstentions? The ayes have it. Resolution 1096-8.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Today we are going to vote on Resolution 648. Because remember on January 12, 2010, Haiti was struck by a horrific earthquake. The devastation was of epic proportion. So many people lost their lives, will become orphans. And also, as we speak, there are about more than 1 million people that are still living under the tent, in need of basic necessities like water, food, and access to medical care. Haiti was granted on the aftermath of the earthquake. Haiti was granted TPS, which is temporarily protected status, which allows the Haitian people who have been living in the United States to stay legally in the United States and to work and to provide for their family. But the TPS is set to expire on July 27 this year. But the situation in Haiti is still critical. And let me say that other countries like Nicaragua, El Salvador, Somalia have been granted TPS. They had the TPS renewed several times. What we are just asking for fairness. And I think that Haiti needs to be treated, equally. That the reason we want to ask the federal government to renew and to extend the TPS donation.
So next, let me call on Councilor Dr. Matthew Eugene to talk about the temporary protected status.
And Councilman Adwan, the chairman of the Immigration Committee, and all my colleagues on this great committee. Today we are going to vote on Resolution 648, and I'm asking all my colleagues to support this great resolution. You all remember that on January 12, 2010, Haiti was struck by a horrific earthquake, and the devastation was of epic proportion. Many people lost their lives, and if we talk in terms of monetary cost, that cost was estimated to be between 9 billion to 14 billion. And as we speak, the people in Haiti are still living under the threat, and the situation is still critical. We want to ask the federal government to
to renew the TPS for Haitians and other conservations who have been living in the United States to have the resolution to stay while Haiti is trying to struggle to recover and to heal. I urge my colleagues to vote yes on the resolution 648.
There's good news for Brooklyn families hoping to reunite with their family members in Haiti. The federal government has agreed to expedite the process through a new program. News 12 Brooklyn reporter Crystal Walker explains from Prospect Lefferts Gardens.
Wow.
His answer is wow. Wow. He feels like he's in space. He's just very thrilled about it.
Haitian families waiting to bring their loved ones to the U.S. will soon not have to wait long. Some of them met with Councilman Matthew Eugene on this Thursday to discuss the new Haitian Family Reunification Parole Program. It is designed to speed up the immigration process, especially for those affected by the 2010 Haiti earthquake.
People who have the family members in the United States, father, mothers, brothers, applying for them, they will be able to come to the United States earlier and quicker.
The program allows applicants to enter the U.S. from Haiti and apply for work permits while still awaiting permanent resident status. Great news for these families, some of whom have been waiting on the traditional immigration process for more than 30 years.
Because to him right now with this program, he feels like he's just up in cloud nine, basically, in heaven. I'll be very excited to have my family here with me.
Now, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security will implement the program in early 2015, and they will release more details on how it will work. But all
right. Son mouvement a fait pour nous demander président Obama pour capable continuer TPS pour Haïtiens. Parce que nous connaissons pile fraction de TPS gagné. Si vous pas renouveler TPS là, bon paquet de yo capable perdre du travail yo. Bon paquet qui va pas travail. Bon paquet qui va pas job. Vous va perdre du social sécurité.
To mark the first anniversary of the January 12, 2010 catastrophic earthquake that devastated Haiti, Councilmember Matthew Eugene braves the snow and the cold weather in New York City to honor the 250,000 people who died on the day, and many others that are left paralyzed, disabled, traumatized and homeless.